Do you want to try?
Nope.
I'm going to get one.
That's it. That's the end of the screws. You want to tray for those? Then,
The 3 screws?
and I'm not doing the install, you are. Do you want to be my assistant today? Is that what
I
you
basically am. I'm going to be sitting here watching all day. Did they cut it?
Did they cut what?
Did they cut the harness or is there a plug? It's just messy. Oh, wait, there's something back there.
back here.
Pulling the
Hey,
wire.
watch. Watch
Wait,
the
where's the
light?
light? Where's the light?
Over the inside of the console.
Yep. Oh, oh man. Hey everyone, today at the shop we are taking you back to the 90s, a time when kids roamed free and unfettered, when your parents couldn't track you down instantly using a smartphone or AirTag. It was a time when owning a vehicle like this 1990 Mazda Miata meant you and your family had some status, a little bit of swagger too. I remember growing up as a kid in the 90s, my best friend's mom had a Miata. It was the same color with manual transmission. I watched that car zip up and down the street, totally envious of my best friend sitting in the passenger seat. It was such a cool car. There was no back seats. I couldn't believe that. I'd never seen anything like that before. And I still remember all the other moms on the street making snide comments about it, like, "Can you believe she bought that car?" They were just jealous, and I don't blame them. I was jealous too. Our goal for this client's car is to update the head unit to newer technology, remove faulty alarm, repair the wiring, install a stealth starter kill switch, clean up and redo existing amplifier wiring, replace the front speakers, and lastly, add a small amp for the new front speakers. I've been doing this long enough to know when there is a mess lurking behind the dash. When I first met with the client, I spotted that low-hanging red crimp connector and just knew this would be a total gut and redo. These are some of our favorite types of projects to do, but the stereo and alarm wiring? As I suspected, that's a hot mess, and that's where we come in.
What you got there?
A mess.
Oh my god.
Boss.
Wow. Right. If I remember correctly, this whole console's got to come out. These aren't the right screws. Oh, I remember. There's screws behind here too.
So there's actually a doubled-in bezel that I got.
Is there?
Yeah. For those of you that are new to car audio, a doubled-in bezel or doubled-in installation kit is what allows us to properly and seamlessly mount an aftermarket doubled-in sized radio in place of a factory radio, or in this case, in place of a singled-in aftermarket radio.
We got a lot of fixing up to do.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So you gotta take that whole console out?
I'm going to. I don't know if I have to. I think I have to.
Do you want to try?
Nope.
I'm gonna get one.
That's it. That's the end of the screws. You want to tray for those? Then,
The 3 screws?
and I'm not doing the install, you are.
Comes out pretty easy.
I don't think anything's difficult in this car.
You're gonna jinx yourself by saying that.
It's not. I mean, from factory. I don't know what other people have done to it. So.
Yeah. You want to take it?
Do you want to be my assistant today? Is that what
I
you
basically am. I'm gonna be sitting here watching you all day.
want? All right. I don't even know if they put screws back in there. Yeah, they did.
Not like that Volkswagen.
No. But, I mean, this could have been glued in
Oh.
because it looks like they separated this. See this ring?
Oops.
Not supposed to be separated, I don't think.
We never know what we're going to find working on a 30-year-old vehicle, or any vehicle for that matter, that somebody else has worked on. Things can look calm on the surface, but it's not uncommon to find broken or missing clips, damaged trim, missing screws, or corroded wiring once we actually start peeling back the layers.
I know there's screws behind there.
In the 1990 to 1997 Mazda Miata, there are 2 screws hiding behind the air vents that have to be removed in order to remove the dash trim panel. Can you put those on the seat?
Leave it alone.
Just looking like a customer. Yeah, that's why we're good at what we do, because I nitpick everything you do. Based on everything I've seen so far with this vehicle, I really expected the factory stereo wiring harness to be totally hacked up. Did they cut it?
Did they cut what?
Did they cut the harness, or is there a plug?
They cut the harness. Yeah.
It's all cut.
I don't.
Oh, wait, there's something back there.
Back here.
That looks like the factory plug.
Wow. Fire hazard. Luckily it's only 12 volts. Small battery. Look at this. We're putting new RCAs in?
If it needs it. I mean, it was working.
Okay.
It's just messy.
There is this. I don't know what this is. This is aftermarket. See? Factory doesn't do this.
Whoa, look at the kinks in those cables. What cables are those?
I have no idea. I've never seen these. So, and that was really plugged in. But I don't know where they're going. Does this have rear speakers, or does it have that?
No, it's just door speakers.
Sure, it doesn't have that stupid
He didn't think
headrests?
it had headrest speakers. I mean, those look like new seats, so.
Okay, we have to figure out where these are going.
Maybe that was for like an old CD changer?
No, this is speaker harness.
Oh, that's a speaker harness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rears.
Huh.
So I think that might be one of the seats. I don't know though. Find out. We're gonna have to cut that out. All right. Wow. Pull that up. That
Am I pulling up the carpet?
Yeah,
oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is a complete redo.
I
I'm just
figured
gonna
it was a gut and redo.
just completely rip it out. This is somebody's project car.
The rest of the car is really clean, though. That's why I was like,
This stuff's easy.
I mean, the paint and everything was really
It's got the
clean in this
interior
car.
light to come on. Just by there.
Wait,
Look.
what happened? By wiggling the
Ready?
wire?
Watch. Watch
Wait,
the
where's
light.
the light? Where's the light?
Over to the side of the console where I'm pointing. See
Okay,
that?
yeah. I didn't see it come on.
Oh, it came on a second. I think it's like getting ground over here. It just came on when I pulled the wires and then I
Okay.
let go and it turned off. So we have to fix that. Wow. Okay. See?
Ah, yep. I see it come on.
Off. That's convenient.
Is it just 2 bolts in the front?
Two in the front, two in the back. See?
Okay. So that's going in the seats.
Headrests, speakers. Want those hooked up?
If they work.
I need an extension.
Okay. Ooh. Need help? You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
I don't know. Looks awkward. Because you're wired still.
I kind of like that plug. No, I don't like it. It ties them both together.
John removes the passenger seat and it's on to the battery.
Yes, I know. All right, let's undo the battery.
Where's the battery? Back here?
Yeah. Look at that little thing.
That's tiny.
Isn't that cute?
Is that what they normally are?
Yeah.
Huh.
You didn't have to do that, I guess. They came right off.
I guess that's why it wasn't working. He said it was loose at the battery.
Oh, battery is loose.
Yeah.
That's gotta be tight now. All right.
Is it just that one bracket? Oh. What a mess. I don't know. It came with the car.
Yeah, it's a mess. Look at this thing. It's such a simple car.
Yeah. Like, why not just try and do a nice
Did
job?
we sell them new wires?
No. Do you
Really?
need new wires?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think you...
Yeah, we'll assess
See what you need.
We'll take it all out and see what we got.
Next, John removes the existing 4-channel amplifier. Oh, yeah. So, was that powering the headrest speakers and the
No,
sub?
I don't think so. I think they were trying to get the radio to power the headrest, but I'll tell you in a minute.
How many channels is that?
You really wants to use this one? 4 channel.
Oh, see, it might have been. But I've been powering the front door speakers. Maybe he doesn't need that amp. I mean, it was pushing that woofer pretty good.
I mean, you have to try to do something like this. This is... It's not a hard car to run wires. At least it's not one wire tie in this car.
As John finishes removing the amplifier, he finds the original grounding point, which is barely hanging on by a thread.
There's the ground. Look at the ground. It's barely hanging on by a thread. You have a light on that thing?
Facing the wrong way. You can see it.
Seems to be under here. Not very nice, but
Oh, there's a couple wire ties.
antenna extension. All right,
Okay.
so now we're going to check these headrest speakers over here.
Oh. I was looking at the seat that had wire coming off of it.
Should be red and black and green and white.
So there's 2 in each one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2.
Okay. John is using a test tone generator and speaker polarity testing tool. This will allow him to check and verify if there are in fact speakers in the headrests and if they're functional. Cool.
Those both work. And that, right here was the plug, so yeah, they're wired to the radio.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, so this is going to the door, see?
Okay.
Wire right here.
Yep.
So we gotta change that. So, did you sell them what size amp?
Just the 50
Little
by
power
4 power pack. I was assuming we were going to bridge that to the door speakers. So you have those other 2 channels on
We're
the...
putting new speakers in?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does he have? Some old Alpines?
Something like that.
They look like old Type R's, maybe. Are they 6.5 or 6? Because I got some 6s, because it's
6.5, possibly.
just in case. How's my 2 screws?
Surprise. Oh, and then you
Oh,
tried
they
to
had
put a
baffle.
baffle in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a pretty good guess.
Yep.
Shows how old I am.
Oh yeah, ancient. All right. So now what?
Well, I think we still need to figure out how we want to set this up.
This is the fun stuff.
What's
Okay.
going to sound best? I was thinking that little power pack to these door speakers, because that's going to be 100 by 2. But if you want to use, it'd be weird to use part of that for the headrest speakers and part of the 4-channel back here for the headrest speakers, don't you think?
Yeah, headrest should be powered up radio. They're tiny. They're 3-inch.
And then just use the crossover.
Right.
But how are you going to run them in parallel? The head unit won't like that. I'm telling you right now. It needs 4 on.
Let's measure it.
Okay.
Well, what else are we running off the head unit? Nothing, right? We're gonna run.
Yeah, but if you put the crossovers on front and rear, then that's going to mess up the output to the door speakers.
Oh, it doesn't have separate front and rear crossover?
It does, but you can't, if you can't parallel them, you can't run them off of the rear.
No, they're set up. They're set up to run off a regular radio.
Okay, so you want to measure the impedance? Because I do know that Ken will not like that. It'll go into the stupid protect mode. Forget what they call it.
There's no way.
DC offset error.
PC load letter. I just watched Office Space the other day.
Classic.
Yeah, my meter doesn't do this well for some reason.
My cheap little Radio Shack one up front works pretty well. You want that one?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what happened. Yeah, fix my leads, but. Unless they really are. I own. No, there's no way.
Yeah, let me go get the other thing.
Four ohms, 4.7.
Yeah.
So we can run. How are we gonna freaking run this?
Well, how much power is this amp really? Maybe we just use this for the headrests and then use the other one to power the kicker. What kind of fuses are on this thing? Are there fuses on it? Oh, here they are. I can't see that. It's got 50 amp fuses. R254. Let me look up and see what that actually does. Up to 94 by 4 RMS at 4 ohm. Really? RMS power. Huh. Okay. Little amp is 94 by 4 RMS.
DJ was saying, should we even retain them?
Yeah, because they were working and he was listening to them.
Okay.
So I think that we should use that 4-channel to run front and sub and use the little 4-channel. This
To
little
run
guy.
all 4 of the.
To run all 4. Is that too much?
I mean, I think it's too bad you can't use the radio power.
Well, you can use the rear output for this so that you can use the crossover in the head unit. So you have the control over it.
Yeah.
But otherwise you'd have to run them in series. You want to just run them in series?
Yes. That's, they could have been wired that way. I have
Okay.
to look at the plug real quick.
Okay.
They might have been wired that way.
All right, so we got a game plan. We're going to use this 4-channel, which says it's 94 by 4 RMS to power the subwoofer as it was, and then we're going to wire the rear speakers in series off of that rear channel, use the crossovers in the Kenwood, and then we're going to use the other Alpine amp.
Look at the antenna. I'm sure that didn't work very well.
It was, oh, wow.
It's just taped on there. So it'll need an antenna extension. There you go.
Okay. Yep, look at that. Okay. So antenna extension, we need some RCAs probably.
Yeah, I'm not using these.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, oh man. What the hell?
This is why I get $10 an hour.
Oh, I gotta get in there. That's fun.
This is actually the stuff I actually like to
I know. That's why I wanted to do a video on this
Yeah,
car, because I
I
knew it
like
was going to
to-
be like this.
make this mess
I want
much
to
better.
make this car just as clean on the inside and behind the panels as it is on the outside.
Alright, so it looks like they cut the starter wire. Oh, look at this box of crap. What is all this nonsense? Oh my god. How do you drive around like this?
Well, all you could see was one crimp connector from with that panel up. What is that, a relay pack?
I don't know yet. Alright, so these are key.
Yeah, those look like
These
nice
are panel
cutters.
poppers and cutters.
Those are your hack away cutters.
Alright, so he's got a switch going somewhere.
It's right there.
No, I know,
No?
but I don't know where it's going.
Ah.
Yeah, my assistant. I found it right here.
Hey, sometimes
Yeah.
it's like that.
Uh-huh.
You got your big head in the way. In this position.
Sorry. I tried head shrinking medicine, but it didn't work. All right, so it looks like we have a shock sensor.
Okay.
So there's actually a real alarm in this car?
But he doesn't have a fob or anything.
No, it's coming out. It's coming out.
And just do a basic.
I'm just going
Starter
to do
kill.
some kind of fabulous kill.
This thing, he almost got stuck here when he came to show me the car.
I'm sure. He actually drives this thing.
It's fun, it's a weekend, it's a fun car. That's all this is.
But what I'm saying is I can't believe it
summer-
actually drives.
Oh, yeah, with the wiring like that. Hey, you move that light.
Sorry.
What do you here? You want me to position it?
No, I need to move it around.
Okay.
Look at this hacked up harness. Look at this thing. Wow. You want to show him a basic alarm now?
What do you think is best?
I mean, if he wants a real alarm with starter kill.
I think he just wants a starter kill relay. I can call him and find out.
I mean, I could do that with a switch, but anybody can find a switch. But whatever. I mean, I don't. If I was going to steal his car, I'd just freaking flatbed it away.
Right.
I double-checked with the client to see if he wanted a full alarm system, which would have included a tilt sensor and shock sensor. But all he was after was a basic starter kill relay, simply to prevent someone from easily getting in the car and stealing it.
Alarm. That was done nice. No, it wasn't. Same flush mounted.
Oh, the LED.
Yeah. That's the flash.
Yeah, that
radio
looks
now.
like. That looks like kind of like that one that was in the Clio.
Oh, there's a brain. What? Wow. What is this thing? This is scary. It's the brake switch.
It's pulling some wires over here. I don't know if that meant anything.
Nope.
Whoa, what'd you pull out there?
Z-bars.
What the hell is that?
That thing looks like it's from the 90s.
Yeah. One of those days.
John moves on to investigate why the lower dash light only seems to work when you wiggle wires behind the dash.
That's why this doesn't work. That goes here. No problem.
Time to repair the broken dash light. Next up, John begins running speaker wire into the doors for the new speakers.
Now popping the little plastic grommets out so I can drill them out a little bit.
To run a new speaker wire?
Right out. Putting new wire in the doors.
That would take like hours in a newer car.
Well, newer cars have other wires in them.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Is that the only wire going into the doors? Is
That's
speaker wire?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
This car doesn't have anything powered. Okay. You want to throw a little piece of dynamite in there?
We got any scrap?
Yep.
Yeah, we can throw a little in there.
We have scraps. You say we're putting JLs in here?
Yeah, I got a set of 6.5s and a set of 6s set aside. Because everything was saying it's not like a standard amount. So it was like 6.5. You want me to go grab them?
Well, I gotta get screws and stuff. I'm not gonna use any of the old stuff.
Okay.
With the gasket, we should be good.
Okay, those are the 6.5s?
Yep.
Okay.
Just a little thick.
So why do you put that on there?
You want a nice seal between the door, the metal and the speaker. Plus, it's just a hair too big. So let's cover that. In a perfect world, you want the front wave sealed from the back waves, but you got a big wide open door. Now I try to line up some holes here. Let's see if they can line that one. Looks like we get 3 of them. Right there.
I don't think you should do that over the carpet.
How's that?
It's better.
Look at that. A little bit of play.
In the door
Yeah.
for servicing.
Yeah.
And then in
a little here too.
the door jam.
So you don't want it straight. We're still going to try to use these plastic inserts. See?
Yeah.
Plastic inserts.
Okay. Because somebody added those other holes and those don't line
Yeah,
up.
these are just, well, these might not line up. That's why
Okay.
they add these.
Got it.
But that lines up, that lines up. That third one's not going to line up. This is just something we're adding in out of the kindness of our hearts. We're not charging the customer for this.
Little pieces of scrap.
Not if I'm going to do the roller, the cleaning, and the inserts. That's called tinning the wire.
John marks pilot points for the nut certs he's about to add. John uses a threaded rivet adapter for a cordless drill in order to add threaded anchor points into the door frame. This will enable him to mount the speaker securely using all 4 fastening points. Although the passenger side grille cleaned up nicely, the driver's side was looking a little rusty and worn. So John gave it some new life with a fresh coat of paint.
We're going to need power for the little lamp. So I'll run that back here. And right now we ran some back speaker wires, and they'll put quick disconnects in the back. So if they need to pull the seats out, they don't have to cut the wires.
Cool.
We ran RCAs and the remote, just making sure we have enough cable.
Next up, we've got to tackle the trick starter kill relay.
That looks a lot better under there. You want to look at the lights?
No.
John uses a power probe to test wiring as he prepares to install the starter kill relay. Doesn't matter that the key's not on?
No. You know what? Turn the key on. It might give me a better reading anyway. I might not be able to get a grab.
I mean, he might have to put the key on. He's going to have to put the key on to start it, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
With the alarm removed and the wiring repaired, John installed a simple starter kill relay. What this means is the client has to perform a sequence using existing controls in the car in order to start the car. It's a simple anti-theft system and much cleaner than a full alarm system. All right, so at this point, the speakers are in, wires are run right through here for the front speakers, and we have the new antenna extension that John ran. This set of RCA cables is for the amp that's in the back. There's another one that's going to go right here to power the front speakers. John did a quick repair on this factory harness. We're going to wire up an aftermarket harness, so it's a nice clean job. This is going to be to power the KTA 450 that's going to power the front speakers, and wires are run for the headrest speakers. There's one over here and over here. Got to do some connections on those so that the seats can still be taken in and out. And the hidden kill switch is all done. All the wiring under here has been cleaned up. There's the series that the functions the client will have to do with existing controls in the car in order to start the car. And then you found what was that, a turn signal module or something that had fallen down?
Yeah, they broke the tab off of it.
And you
so
velcroed that up there?
Yeah.
Nice. Dome light works properly now with the switch, instead of coming on when you wiggle wires. Alright, so that's back together. Moving on. What are we going to do next?
I think we should probably get the seats done, get the console in with the USB, and then the radio last.
Okay.
So we have just right and just left. We need right and left, and we need to do it in series. So I need to run 2 more wires.
John runs left and right speaker wiring for each of the speakers and each of the seats. He then preps the vehicle and gets ready to reinstall the center console so he can move on to installing the new radio and new Alpine amplifier that's going to be powering those new front speakers. Before John can install the new Kenwood DMX 958XR in the dash, he has to test fit the radio in the dash kit. At the same time, he begins preparing the Alpine KTA 450 amplifier for installation behind the dash. And finally, we are done. This Miata is looking fantastic. All the messy wiring has been removed, broken wiring has been repaired. It's finally as clean on the inside as it is on the outside. But does it sound as good as it looks?
Sounds great.
Get my milk from after dinner. I can move the Pasadena just to be a serial killer. I'm cool with the fighting, cool with the scratching and biting. Do it right, do it right. Yeah, I'm cool with the fighting, cool with the way you ready to do it right. Sexy feeling, not the hero.
Why can you play this song?
Those JL speakers,
Oh, the
those
C2s, right?
The 650Xs, those are really smooth.
Yes.
The tweeters are really nice on that, and it has a really good balance with the mid-range.
It does.
They're quite impressive for the price point, and they're working great with that KTA 450. You got that bridge powering the two front speakers, the headrest speakers. There's a left and a right in each one. John's got those wired in series to the client's existing Boss 4-channel amp, which is not our favorite amplifier, but it was there and it was working. And the other half of that amp is bridged to that kicker subwoofer, which sounds great in this convertible. Convertibles are usually pretty tough too, but it's an older car, so maybe not quite as sealed up as some of the newer convertibles.
Definitely not sealed up. Lots of access holes.
A little bit easier to get that bass to port through.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sounds really good. Very happy with the outcome. Yeah. It's more about good quality components set up properly.
Installation.
Install is key and tuning is key. In fact, this is the second time this car is here. John did the initial work and the client came back to get some new seats installed. So John did that for the client, also ran a new alternator wire, and when we first got in the car, I was like, what happened? Because the client must have reset something, and I actually thought he blew the speakers. It was all in the settings. So if you have a Kenwood, make sure you use that audio memory setting so you can just hit the button and recall settings. So overall, I would say this is a success, and on to the next one.
Another success.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
If you enjoy this content, please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
If you'd like to work with John and I on your next car audio project, check out our shop in Brookfield, Connecticut. We'd love to see how we can make your vehicle sound incredible.